Welcome to the tales of dread, the nightmares to read long before bed, the stories of insecurity and heartbreak, the reaction to a painful masquerade. I had to face the truth, my life was fake. Although my dreams created a false sense of space, I was deeply troubled but carried on with time. Ran so much I got shin splints, wishing you were mine. And I continued and cried and faced dread daily. Nothing improved, I feared God had failed me. I'll never forget on the 7th of September when I cried out to God to make things better, or on the night of my first full moon when I declared that all I wanted was you. I said I would face all of the consequences. I regret that time, but I must be shameless. Enjoy these stories or even weep. Most are wrapped in metaphorical mystery, but if you know, and it may guide when you are dreading, when you despise. Before I forget the mantras I've said, welcome to the Tarkan Tales of Dread. There were a few tremblings before, but nothing major. Somehow it seemed I always managed to recover. I was under a spell, blind magnificent wonder, so when the storm came I had to suffer. Fiery clouds laced with nicotine swarmed around me, the most powerful thing I've ever seen. But there was no rain, an anticlimactic revolution of pain. When the storms came, reality collapsed. Dimensions were picked apart, time lapsed. I was alone, trapped in my own storm, too influenced to know I would be reborn. The sound was profound, I was deafened, the destruction was too loud. But it was silent, silence echoes until it's violent. The storm was a recreation. I do not remember this fascination. My mind has blocked this trauma away. The sun before has been dimmed in a drawer, but I'll remember the storm evermore. And then I'm travelling, back on your road, the summer breeze, you walking away for the last time, out of my life. The perspective changes, the world warps around me. You probably smiled, the world is yours. How was I still under a spell that everything was okay? I slip in and out, crying in the bathroom, in the landing on Monday. I can't breathe, tears in my lungs, panic, can't talk, words blubber and choke. Nightmares, no sleep, temptations and no contact. I travel in a counsellor's room, recounting tales and thoughts. This used to be you. I waited in the cold and dark, you didn't even want me there. And then I stopped travelling. I embrace, no I trust. You got everything you wanted, in a shard of trapped light. You are fulfilled, I am an empath. In dream nights, a dream about you is every night. The worst nights are dream nights. Here we go. A room alone with you. He's really fucking sorry this time. Dreams have a clearer memory. I see teeth, eyes, shining features. We kiss ravenously, jaw on jaw, steaming and sultry. Nothing really matters. I guess that means somewhere I forgive you. That was a nice dream, but then I am reborn, hoovered by reality. So, cry. Let's take it up a notch, something worse. You're drunk and flailing, crawling for attention, dangled over you like dripping meat. And then you go back to her. Signing a contract? Tears fueled that one. I hate it. I hate this. But going back is even worse. Sometimes I confide in sleep. I'd rather be there. But when you dream like this, I'd rather go cage diving. I think of you every single day, positive or negative, every single day. Wherever I walk, I consider your presence. Or if I bump into you, every single road, every single day, that's what I get up to. I achieve every single day, major or minor, every single day. I run, I meditate. What if this never gets better? Every single obstacle, every single day, that's what I get up to. I cry every single week, great or dreadful, every single week. I can strive and move on. What if I'm finally happy? Every single bump, every single week. That's what I get up to. I'm nearly there, but there's a stain in my brain. She tells me 6 months. He tells me trust the universe. That's what I get up to. And then you're travelling with the lure of psychedelia back to where you first met me, walking. In a violent haze, you are reborn. You remember the eyes, the birthing of creation in a small dark room, the touching of sweaty palms, overbearing awkwardness, what you lost, how I felt. The pain becomes universal to you. It's clear, a tragic epiphany. You can't ever have this again. A first, new and sealed, shining, dedicated, attractive, loyal. Your friends never have that, but insecurity is priority. It's just a bad trip. Can't he just move on? Karma is prevalent. Your walls have begun to crumble. You don't know it. You're simply the smell of dusty cardboard. I wonder what I am to you. I wonder if you realise what you get up to. No, you don't care. Who's next? I wonder what you're doing right now. Are you sitting, tripping, fucking, sucking, licking, crying, fighting, bleeding, sleeping, texting, grieving, shouting, smoking, drinking, playing, clapping, singing, bathing, swearing, caring, thinking, missing, rolling, toasting, dancing, breaking, vibing, hating, laughing, smiling, beaming, screaming, watching, judging, touching, feeling, enjoying, bullying, playing, running, walking, lifting, eating, shopping, degrading, hugging, listening, draining, sweating, ugling, recreating, faking, fitting, changing, gaming, melting, finding, drawing, writing, spitting, liking, attracting, hiding, drowning, clowning, ignoring, yawning, realizing, finding, kissing, dreading, wondering, loving. Not that. You've worked so hard to be someone new. I look up at the sky and I see you. Smoky black clouds tempting the air. You may be high up there, but clouds part, make way for the moon. Awesome glory for everything I've strived for. After every tear, sweat, death, and scar I've suffered, I'm ashamed to say you've left me addicted. I crave the smell of smoke when faded faces pass me by. I want to be you, free, up in the sky, adjacent to the moon, floating like the wind. You make me angry like an alcoholic, but evil desire seize me, smoke blowing in my face. I've worked so hard to be someone new. I can't bear to see you. I'll seal you up and roll you up. Known you for 1,000 years, but I can't remember the love. You've worked so hard to create an image, but all I see is a duplicate. If I went your way, it would be easier, forever breathing clouds of darkness. You enjoy a Mickey rush, it fuels your narky touch. I face a marathon, escaping my desires as they weigh me down and use me as an ashtray. I am discarded. I feel your ash on my hair. I smell it on your clothes, yellow fingertips and a new girl's scent. I've made peace with it. I'll see you when the next fag passes. We reunite in the smoke, but I let go. I would taste it in your mouth. Too much to bear. Dissipate back into the air. We seem apocryphal. We're a story in a paper. It doesn't seem true to me. Everyone believed in us. A flicker of a flame, a feeling of shame. My memory has blocked you to ease what I went through. I can't remember that dream of us together. You were simply a picture, dusty frame. I see it bitter. For what we were behind the tinted frames, for what we did, for what we became. I took you off a pedestal. He was. This journey has gone on forever, long since the lie that we were together. I turned you into a character, turned you into God, turned you in, you turned. When I last saw you, You weren't real, simply a projection of what I think and feel. This was a prophecy that you fulfilled. This was meant to happen, but I was killed. I'll shred the paper, shut you in a book, keep you in the pages, never turn to look. Keep you in the cupboard, never turn to see how apocryphal love can really be. I've noticed something. There's something more beautiful in my smile. There's a twinkle in my eye. My attraction to you has slipped. It used to be, I need you. Then it was, I want you. Then it was, I miss you. Now it's just the memories. But it's a challenge to find a good one. I've noticed something. I'm doing so well. I've come so far. I'm proud of myself. It used to be, I'll die without you. Then it was, life's not as good without you. Then it was, life's okay without you. Now it's just the present, trying to avoid longing for false past or future. I've noticed something. I'm getting closer to an awakening. I'm reaching enlightenment. It used to be, I need you forever. Then it was, I can't do it alone. Then it was, I can do it alone. Now it's just self-love. But I'm scared you'll come back. I survived. I survived the darkness, choking and throttling, walking as my arms burned, reaching for light at the end of the tunnel. I did not see it. All I could see was you. I survived. I survived every repetitive cry, whining to my friends about the same old horror, the same old anger and terror. I could not break it. All I could feel was you. I escaped. I escaped the evil that love creates, arguing, crying about something so irrelevant. You should have told me then. I could not hear it. All I heard was you. Until I was left alone, had to sit on my needle throne, had to discover what life is. When you have to keep running, when you actually aim for something, when you have to find the love inside, when you are alone. When I walk, I feel so small. I was a dot in your maze. When I shape it, bend it, form a perspective, I see the rooftops and buildings I feared can be squished, smothered with the power of my thumb. I did not survive. I conquered. I rised up above the walls that once confined me. I woke up today, blessed with the brightest grace. I didn't drown in any nightmare. I woke up today and finally didn't care. I got up today, finally achieving that idea of great. Thoughts tried to come but they didn't dare, because I got up today and finally didn't care. I've had enough of yesterday. The days where I would wait and wait, those days were just bait for my negative thoughts. No more yesterday. I smiled a lot today, finally finding a balance, not wishing life away. I realised I shouldn't dwell or despair. I smiled a lot today and finally didn't care. I found peace today, ignoring the ideas that we would run away. I'm moving on and my heart doesn't tear. I found peace today and finally didn't care. I've had enough of tomorrow, a moment, a day that I cling on to, merely sorrow. The future isn't you, not my tomorrow, because I finally didn't care. Whilst packing my bags, ready to leave you behind, I flipped a coin, it landed on me. I saw it for what it really is. I'm sorry for holding on to you, but you also held on to me. True tears of yours when you pleaded, when I promised I would never leave. I'm sorry for controlling you, but you also controlled me. I thought I had good intentions. I should have set you free. You were my first love. Never felt like that before. You could be really tough. Never felt like that before. Now it's New Year's Eve, and I'm so ready to leave you behind. I must forgive. I must apologize. We both did wrong going out of our minds. I don't think I can blame you after all you've been through. But you didn't have to form a storm. You didn't have to lie or leave me torn. I don't think he can blame me after all I did to make him see. But I didn't have to make a storm. I didn't have to plead or beg or scorn. If a soul wants to find itself, Set it free. When I reactivate, when I extrapolate, I'll see you again, circling the sun. It's New Year's Eve and you've left me insecure. I wasn't prepared to go back to a whore. I did something which terrified me. I settled, grounded in a normal life, stayed there. I put up with everything you told me. I thought we could revive after this. I did not understand until I saw the spirit, the moon, before my eyes, emanating radiance and opulence, seductive and influential. She got what she wanted. She gave back, did her charity work, gave me the power to carry on or crumble. When I look back at this in 30 years' time, will I remember the pages about you being mine? Where will I be when I pick this up from the shelf? Will I be in the same dread, wailing for help? It's New Year's Eve and I'm leaving you behind. Before the clock strikes 12, I must rewind. I'm sorry, but you're not. I forgive you, not a lot. No more waiting. I am. There was no resolution. We remained a permanent picture frame. Never saw his face again. Never reunited. I'm young but no, I may dread to say this. The past is done. Faded, framed, embarrassed, ashamed, sickened, confused, altered and twisted. There is no resolution, but I will not continue the cycle. The dread has lifted, my mood has shifted. I close the book.